Alright guys, so since I've seen you last, I've got a bit done. That last night that you saw just then. Finished at 10. Actually, that was a fucking big day. But anyway, I got the airbox done. I got the catch cans done, almost. So I'll show you. Okay, so you can see the airbox is all in. Nice and neat. I've actually got some nice black silicone hose around all these sharp edges that are going to potentially hit the pipe. I've done a mount here for this, whatever this valve is for the brakes or whatever. I can't remember what it's called. So there's one through there. I've got a nut down in there, right where my finger is. Hopefully you can see it. And then I already had a nut in here, so I'll just use that one. And it's actually worked out really well. So somewhere over here we go. I've got my intake pipe, which I've also sprayed orange. That will literally slip in there, something like that. And I've got me filter mate. Slap on. I might need 2 hands for that, but you get the gist. So that sits in there. Also the LS coils are hidden in there, out of the way, out of the heat. Nice lid. And we've got some nice countersunk stainless M5 machine thread screws. So you probably noticed these are probably one of my favourite screws. Mainly because when I hang doors at work, the hinges come with these screws and also 10 gauge, you know, proper timber screws for you. These are for alloy jams if you're using them. So I always hang on to them because they come in handy for these special types of things. I did the same thing on my other car as well. So that's all that setup. That actually looks pretty awesome, if I say so myself. Catch cans. So I didn't have to do much. I didn't have to cut them down like I thought I might. I just made up this base plate pretty much and put a nut in the battery tray. I've just done a few tacks around the bottom perimeter and they're pretty well good to go. I just got to clean up a little bit of this wiring in here that was just temporary while we were troubleshooting some issues, as you probably remember. So they're ready to hook up with all my AM lines, etc. What else have we got? We've got to clearance the hood. So you can see here, for my old setup I actually dinged it in a little bit, but it was still just rubbing on my beautiful new paint job, bro. So I'm going to cut that out and Sikaflex it up and spray it and whatever, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the engine bay. Alright guys, so we didn't film the last bit when we went up to the shops. We didn't actually go up to the shops in this because there was another issue. We had so there's a slight hill getting out of the workshop here, and you know, it putt along quite nicely on the flat here, but as soon as we went to load it up, and we ended up figuring out that it was full injector cutting. So thanks to the code 44, boost solenoid, which I disbanded because I didn't want it or plan to use it. The ECU was freaking out and cutting fuel obviously when it gets to atmospheric or above pressure.
Boost. Yeah.
So we literally just went out to J-Car and we were going to make up like a resistor pack to, you know, trick it into thinking that it was actually still there. And then Ben was googling around on the ECU Labs forum, and it turns out there's actually a code to mask it.
Yeah, there is a disable code. So after all of that, we flashed that in, checked the code, codes are gone, so
we've lost 3-4 hours, but
invested in knowledge.
Yeah,
should have just googled in the first place.
But anyway, we're ready to finally go for the first drive.
Alright, start
ready? So what was the go with that neutral switch thing? Is it disabled or enabled?
No, it's invert the logic, so neutral is non-neutral and apparently the 6-speed is opposite to the 5-speed.
Oh.
I need to check if it actually is the wrong way round or it's the right way round.
Yeah.
Before we switch the switch. But anyway, we'll see how it goes first.
So that's another thing we've got to figure out, but
Yeah.
let's see if it'll drive.
One problem at a time.
Drive?
Yeah, go for it.
You got your glasses?
No, I can't see the screen if I'm wearing my sunnies.
She's stiff.
Moment of truth. And we're away.
Like I bought one. Man, that short shifter is ridiculous.
You can just hear it just clicking.
Oh, it's tiny. Heavier,
yeah,
but I do quite like it.
This track's pretty straight too, so the wheel alignment wasn't bad.
Yeah.
The whole drivetrain's really nice and quiet. Gearbox.
Yeah, everything's. Turbo's really quiet. A bit disappointed about that.
You and your car noises.
So I was telling Ben before, I think I'm going to have to send this compressor housing to, who is it? The company that does the T51R sounding compressor housings are the real whistly ones.
Yeah, it's getting some nice boost.
Mixture's looking good.
Mixture's looking very good. Just cruise at light throttle for a sec.
Right, what do you want us to do?
Yeah, just cruise. Just cruise
Cruise
on
at
that.
this, third. So it makes life very hard to tune because you can't log and tune at the same time in the ECU Labs program. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Ben?
So I have to stop the logger to send the real-time change. It's not really real-time, it's sort of semi-live. Like you can change it and edit it while the computer's running, which is a good thing. But we sort of have to stop the logger and switch back because it's in two separate softwares.
That's better.
Yeah, it's better.
Very nice. First go.
Yep.
Lean in.
Yep.
Brakes work.
Yeah. Work really well.
They do. I guess in terms of lag, it's obviously laggier than a factory turbo. The one that was in this before was a VF28. That was pretty good. This one, I guess, being ball bearing and billet, being the size that it is, it's not as slow spooling as you'd expect. The reason why I went the 3576 over the 3076 or the 3072 is because the 3076 wouldn't flow as much up top. And what do you reckon? You still got the Subi sound to it, or is it?
It does, but not that characteristic verbal.
Yeah. I actually quite like this manifold.
Yeah.
It's a happy medium.
I'm sure it flows really well up top as well.
Comes to idle nicely.
Yeah.
Temperatures are rock solid. Best thing is no rattle with the clutch in. Very, very nice. Oh man, it shifts like a fucking boss.
Yeah.
Really, really nice.
Goes good too.
That's like not even a pound of boost. Oh yeah, now the turbo's starting to sound good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, once it's on boost,
Yeah, it's nice.
it stays on
rock and roll.
Yeah. Well, do you have a boost reading there?
Yeah, it's 120 kPa, which is 1/5, so 3 or 4 psi.
Yeah, it's like nothing. The turbo sound's growing on me.
Just needs a little running in.
Once you're in boost and you keep shifting and staying in boost, and it's spooled, it sounds pretty good.
Yeah. And you've got the check engine light will flash if there's any knocking.
Yeah. Yeah, can you see whether the knock sensor's working? I'm guessing it is.
Well, it hasn't had any activity.
Yeah.
So.
You set the timing to, 100 degrees advance. We'll see if it works.
Man, this has been the longest build ever. Don't you want to spend more time driving than building?
Why do you always say that?
Why do you say things that'll hurt me? What a lovely day though.
Yeah.
Blue
Should we
skies.
roll the windows up and put some aircon on?
Nah man, roll with the windows down and the aircon on.
That's wasteful.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
Working aircon, cold aircon.
After all these years. And you're in the cooler temps, so pretty good too. 45 degrees in the intake.
Yeah, and it's like 38 degrees out.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, I should probably try fifth gear. Sixth. Oh, the feeling when you get a used STI 6-speed and none of the gears grind.
Yeah.
Poor old Brett.
Oh, did his?
Yeah,
grind
his
straight away?
grinds from 4th to 5th, I think.
Oh, that sucks. Motor's starting to loosen up as well.
Is it?
Yeah. You can feel it just revs.
Mate, it's driving really fucking nice.
Yeah, cruising
But
really.
everything is just working.
What a way to jinx it.
It's sudden. No. It's. We've had enough bad luck. What more could we possibly have?
No, but it is cruising very, very nicely.
You want to drive?
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
This will make you want to buy one.
Last thing I need. Behind the wheel of
You're gonna love this.
the orange machine.
The clutch is so nice. You wouldn't even know it's like a full twin plate racing clutch. Doesn't feel like
You don't even feel like you're in gear. Oh wow.
Wait till the wheels are
Steers
on.
nice. What's that RPM and load there? Because that needs more fuel. Geez, you must be a lot heavier footed than me because I'm hitting different load cells to you. That's all. It drives so nice. You don't
Nice as
even.
the box, aren't they?
Oh man, it's beautiful. You don't even feel like you're revving as high as you. Those brakes are fantastic.
Dude, fucking. I was so nervous about doing a custom brake bracket, but they're fucking perfect.
fuel mixtures too. Oh, how good is that?
Yeah, bro. Ready for some boost?
Yeah.
That was screaming.
Yeah.
Clutch was sticking. I need to put the release. There's a spring that pulls it back.
Pulls it back.
Yeah, it's not ideal. Man, for a 4-cylinder, even in 6th, it's still got some torque, eh?
Yeah, it's supposed to just chug
It's
along.
chugging along. I want to hear that fucking screamer again.
Yeah.
Bring something there.
Yeah, I'm just adding it in now. I think all the changes didn't go in properly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just when we had that glitch before, because that was a spot I remember correctly.
That's really rich.
Yeah, it was a wrong, press the wrong button. Press plus instead of minus.
That's cool. Ready?
Oh, listen to that sound. Oh, fucking horse. Brakes are good.
Fucking holes in it brakes. Man, that sounds so good. Yeah, man, it really pulls up hard, eh?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Like, really.
It's a really good combo. Good engine, good
Yeah.
turbo, good cams.
It actually is. It just drives like.
Oh, like a stock
Well,
car.
it does. It drives like the factory 207
Yeah.
with the factory turbo. It might be a tiny bit laggier, but
Yeah.
it's got the displacement to back it up, I think. So.
Yeah. Which is an extra 25% when you think about it in a 2-litre engine.
Yeah.
How good does that sound? 96. Temps are creeping up now.
Fan should be strong enough to maintain it, pull it down. Might turn the AC off for a bit.
It's creeping up 96. I think it's stabilised about 96. That's not too bad. Most modern engines ran around that anyway. It's cooling down now, 95. Voltage, your battery voltage is terrible, 11.8. Your fans are dropping down at 93.
Have to.
You got the old tunnel run, eh? Did you write down the kilometres when you put the engine in?
No.
So minus like 100 kilometres, and that's how many k's your engine's done.
Yeah.
How's it? Safe to say she runs well.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
It's been ages since I've been down here. You have to go down there until the island stops. Or wait till this person goes and go wide.
I can probably go right around here.
Oh. And brake.
I'm thoroughly impressed.
And for all the changes, it's all running really well.
No drivetrain issues so far.
Yeah. Everything's smooth, brakes are good, no diff or CV clunking, and you hit a max boost of 175. So what's that?
I should probably do an actual full throttle.
That's about a 10 psi.
Yeah. What do you think about the ride quality? Not too stiff.
I think it's good.
Yeah. I was a bit worried with those, like the poly
I don't think it's the
diff.
I don't
guys, so as you would have just seen, we took the car for a drive a couple of days ago now, and it performed absolutely fucking flawlessly. Absolutely great. Actually, one problem, the alternator's not strong enough to cope with the high output radiator fans with all the other loadings on the electrical system. So I've got a custom one made, 110 amp instead of 90. That's about as big as they could put in the casing, so that should increase that. That's a simple fix. Other than that, everything's good, no leaks, nothing. So I'm aiming to get roadworthy this coming Saturday, so I've got a few days. Well, actually I've really only got tonight. And I've already been to work today and had a root canal operation, so hashtag battling, but got to do it. Got catch can lines to run. A few other things. I actually might take the screamer pipe off and cut it a bit shorter because it does sit a little bit low. It looked alright under the car, but all these afterthoughts, you guys know how it feels. Hindsight's a bitch. So anyway, I'm going to get on with that, and then we're going to go home and have some dinner, and then we're going to go to sleep. And then next you guys see, hopefully the car will be registered.